Hello, hello, beautiful lights. Welcome. It's been a minute since you've seen my face on any sort of social media platform, so just wanted to hop in and say hello for those who forgot, or if you're just finding my page. My name is Landon. I am an intuition mentor and energy alchemist. And really, what that means is that I am here as a facilitator, catalyst, a guide, a mentor, a space holder for you to remember your divine light, why you're here, and your purpose, and really how you can live your dream reality in this physical world. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic of light language. This is something that has been coming up for me in my own practice and in the meditations that I'm creating through my cell lunar events, through just meditations for friends, for meditations for YouTube, and then all I put on my website. Light language has been coming up in most of them as a form of anchoring even deeper and more activating light codes. But as far as we go into there, we do have just this ability within all of us to channel light language. And I do say channel because it is a form of channeling. It is a form of tapping into a higher power, a higher source of light, and really anchoring that into the physical world, anchoring it through movement. And so I know if you go way back in my Instagram, you will see back in, I believe, September, I was exploring light language through movement. And so just seeing how does energy move my body and how can these codes come through the physical body. And so movement is a very major way a lot of people can channel light language. You can also already be channeling light language in a lot of things that you're doing. Okay? A lot of things that you're doing. If you, right, it felt very similar to me. My creative modality that feels the most natural is movement. And so it felt natural for me to channel light language through movement. And then when I tap into other movement improvs that I've done, it felt very, very similar. It's just this sense of my body is a channel for divine source to speak. That's really all it is. Your modality. And so a lot of people do writing, and so you can write. This is where you see the symbols on the thumbnail. There's a bunch of symbols that I created. Well, I didn't create, but came through a few months ago. And you put the collage together. But a lot of it is like writing. You can see a lot of symbols. Generally, that's how I've seen it come through in writing. But I do know, even in poetry and things, light language can be embedded within poems of a specific language. Light language can also be spoken, and so this is where I have been awakening more to in my own practice of light language be a vocalization. And this is so incredibly powerful because not only does it activate the receiver, the recipient, but it also activates the chakra, our own vocal space of where we are speaking truth, anchoring in this divine power that is channeling through us clear, and then we are giving it without any sort of judgment or just any sort of anything there. Wow, the hair today. But that's really those are the main modalities that I have used to channel light language. I know there's plenty others. You can do it in painting and drawing, in what else can we do? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Those are the ones coming through right now. But literally in anything that you can create, you can do light language. You can channel light language through. It is a possibility and a potential for you to do that. So just as as we're going forward, since I've been incorporating a lot more in my meditations, I have received the question, what is this other language that you're speaking, a few times? And it's been so interesting because when I'm explaining it, it makes total sense to me, and I'm hoping it makes total sense for everyone else. But when I'm doing it, it's really just this, it makes me feel good. And that's where a lot of people that are still waking up, or maybe they were in a space of rigidity in their life, but they really are waking up to this space of, oh, there's other myself be a channel. I don't have to wait for somebody else to channel. myself? Yes. And that is where light language, I find so much power within this modality of channeling, because it empowers me to then give the light codes. And so it's like me being a form, a space holder, and the activator within all of these things. So light language. Light language. You yourself, though, I've been talking a lot about my experience, but you yourself can channel light language. And so I am going to do a little light language activator closer to the end of this, just to channel some light language into you. And if you choose to accept it, awesome. And then it is a practice. It is an exploring. How can you explore light language on your own? Sometimes it comes out as just gibberish and babbling. But other times it is something that it just feels good. And so when people come in and they ask, how do you know what you're channeling is of light, is of good, is of source, is of purity, is of God? I guess a lot of the question, how do you know it's coming from that divine power? It's that discernment, it's that understanding, it's that expansiveness that love gives. Even if there's an inkling of darkness, you can feel it in yourself when you're channeling, and you can just be like, oh, nope, that's not the one today. And especially, I love to do this, is what I do whenever I channel, in anything, whether it's the Galactic Federation, light language, my own spirit guides, angels, whoever I'm channeling into, even my higher self, I make sure to, the channel, that channel that is opening, if we think of a channel, I think of it kind of like a tube, and it's connecting me to a being. And in that tube, I make sure it is protected. And in that protection, it is me with the divine source, me with my higher self. Just setting that intention of, in this moment, I am channeling light language. Light language, just in those two words, you are already setting the space for clarity. And this is a divine space. Only light can come through within this space. So with that being said, you can channel light language. And so I do encourage you in this moment just to allow yourself to relax, release any tension from your body, wiggle your neck around, release tension from your shoulders, your jaw, release the tongue from the top of your mouth. Just feel into your heart space and just be open to receiving this light language activator. Come in pokoje stinde tasta. Bakdenkat krystypu. Questiendako. Esta buturung tianta kaya tu hosia betrakko. Koisti bitrakdenpo. It's tiamato. Pata trakko shi ayato. Stimro koko si ki hu klankako butuistibia. Anti to bupunabata mono bupunita estum roputindi Haya como stima raccogliere la mente con un pianisti come chiamiamo cadasta in fusti I tambu putiti and mushi aratubu pututi tiama tutrosti quarstinta emba tubi tramatosti anche coi ti stiminata era tutu disti alla kuama tentanamuti yakanaka casta era kokoa matiama koara matiasti o pumitiasi mitramato te samba sakura yaknamantu inda suji ambuko shimba fu etru tim trosti tinda korukoasti oburopo simba tokoana kama karastu ema mosi malkneti is notropti esta krama kawa ho putusti poro kiembo trosti akaronomotia etra ho masi på fundertiesta. Marhoro pliti krak veti klavotstu. Dopparakliena. Hasidur porkiak ropotianda. Fushur tiapo. Galakasimda. Tustin dikanen. Purgi testa. Krompi. Jutia. Just receiving all that just activated, came into awareness within this moment. Feeling it enter into your being, lighten every area of your soul, reminding you of your power and activating the central life force that flows through you at all times. Kemotokorsi ayapotutopiensa enkolopoli so protocosta. Potutoisti vitratkasta. Erkam korer milano muvo krasta krenititiako. Si. So, today you experienced 2 different forms of light language. If you saw the thumbnail, there's 1. If you saw, or 3, if you listened, it's 2. And then if you watched my hand gestures, was also another form of a possibility of how to do light language. So within that, I am going to just thank you all for coming. If this video helped or awakened or reminded you of something, or if you just felt something within that meditation, activation, feel free, hit that like, comment down below your experience, and then also share this video with your friends, family, anyone who you feel would resonate, or you just feel like could benefit from this topic. Or if you just want to be like, hey, check out this crazy guy. Awesome, totally fine. But holding space for you, for the highest timeline for all. Lots of love. Namaste.